Hey, yo, what's this?
I don't know what you're saying.
Ugh. Ugh. There's blood.
Ugh. We gotta go. There's more blood. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so that's not from an animal. It's not good. Hold on, I think I saw something over there. I'll be right back. No, don't. Come on, let's go. Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh my gosh, there's so much blood. Oh my gosh. Where are you? Where'd you go? Help me. Help. Help. No! No!
Simply Boleta does not endorse a public display of eating other people. No people were harmed in the making of this film. Simply Boleta does not endorse the use of human body parts for consumption. Well, I guess it's welcome to Simply Be Makeup. Zombified. Hi guys, welcome to Simply Be Makeup, where you learn all about zombie. Looks like my top couple layers of skin are just ripped off and there's like random tissue underneath. Oh. I'm going to quickly moisturize my face, so be sure to moisturize around your eyes. You want to make sure that this sets for about 15 to 20 minutes. That way there's no grease film of moisturizer or grease or shine on your face, because when we apply the liquid latex for the prosthetics, they'll have better staying power on your face with the adhesive that we're going to be using. Alright, so my moisturizer has set in. My face doesn't feel greasy or anything. I've taken a white eyeliner pencil and I've lined along where I kind of want to add in the gore and around my eye, around my mouth, and my forehead, and little areas I'm going to put scars. So you're going to take a little dish like this and you're going to pour some of your liquid latex in there. Test a little section of your face, maybe like under here or something. Leave it on for about an hour. And make sure that there are no flare-ups or that you are not allergic to the latex. I have like a $1 paintbrush and I'm just going to start applying it into the inside. Before applying the liquid latex, be sure to apply a barrier spray or Vaseline onto your skin first. This will make removing the prosthetics so much easier later. That's starting to dry a little bit. The next step is to start layering on some sort of tissue, or what I like to use is crepe paper, like streamers. You can get these really inexpensive. The reason I like this is because the texture is just, it reminds me of dry skin, which probably sounds really gross, but I really like it because it's pretty durable and it resembles skin just a little bit more than tissue, I believe. So I'm going to start cutting into smaller pieces. For any alternatives to liquid latex, please check out my website for more information and tips. And I have a little piece here that's sticking out. I'm just going to leave it as is. You do want to work somewhat fast so that the latex doesn't dry too much. Now I'm going back in and layering over the top of this with the latex again. I am using an inexpensive artist brush that I don't mind getting ruined. Once the latex starts to dry, it settles into the bristles and it cannot be removed. So now I'm taking a pair of pointed tweezers like this. I'm going to take it in the middle and start pulling. I'm using the tweezers to pull little bundles of the latex to create textures and little pockets for the deeper wounds. Be careful not to pull your hairs, and be careful not to hurt your skin. You can also use scar putty if you prefer, but this is just easy. So I went in and added a little bit more of the latex and the crepe paper right around my mouth here. It's starting to dry, so I can barely open my mouth, which isn't the best thing. While I'm waiting for all this to dry, I'm going to be taking a little bit of this. This is kind of like a tanned, fleshy color, kind of ugly. On the back of my hand, I'm going to apply some of this color with a little bit of a foundation. I'm going to mix it together. I'm going to mix in just that tad bit of white. So I'm taking a dampened sponge and I'm dipping it into this fleshy skin tone color. I'm going to apply it onto my cheeks and every area around that doesn't have the prosthetics. This makes me look a little bit more pale and more dead. This is starting to dry up a bit. I'm taking a liquid eyeliner, and where I tore the pieces of latex away, I'm going to be lining inside to create a little bit more depth. Now to make my skin appear a little bit more dead, on the back of my hand I'm taking a little bit of this yellow. The sponge that comes in a makeup kit will work just fine. Make sure I get a lot of the excess off the back of my hand. Apply it around here for a little bit of a bruising effect. So I just went back over the top of the areas that I put the black accents with a little bit of the liquid latex, like over here, filled it in so that it would look like scarring and an actual wound. I did not put the crepe paper over the top, I just did the liquid latex on my actual skin. And down here, just to push down some of the edges that I felt that I kind of missed. For kind of a gray effect to the skin, I'm mixing a green color calming primer that you use to reduce the redness from like a sunburn or something with your normal shade of foundation. So it turns into kind of a gross tan gray color. Apply that in over around where you put the yellowing. So now I'm taking a black matte eyeshadow and a big blush brush that's kind of old. It has kind of a stiffer bristle than most blush brushes. And what I'm doing now is I'm just tapping it into the prosthetic here, just to get a little bit of a light coloring there. And this will create a little bit more depth for when we apply the blood. I'm going to apply the blood into the dish. So I bled everywhere. I'm taking a lip brush and dipping it into the blood, and I am applying it. I'm applying it thickly to the brush like this, so that it lead it down, an actual wound would. Make sure it's covered well. That way it looks like the skin is just peeling off. With this part here, place a dripping brush underneath and it looks like you're dripping blood down your neck. Now have the blood mixed in with a little bit of the latex, that way it gives it that extra texture. Makes it look like there are pieces of skin attached to that blood, or blood attached to that skin. You're going to start applying the blood all around your lips, but not entirely because we have to cover that up. We have to cover them up. Really we do. I look like I've got a bloody beard. To check to make sure that they look even-ish and realistic-ish. It just looks that deep and gross and gory. I'm having too much fun with the gore. I have to admit that. So, as not to ruin my eyeshadow, I'm scraping off a little bit of powder. I am adding it into blood mixture. And I'm going to go back in and fill in those little areas. So now I'm going to the scar and I'm going to start coloring it in. I'm taking that tan weird color from before and then the red. I mix them together because I want it to look like a new fleshy wound. So it's going to be kind of a weird, ugly kind of Pepto-Bismol pink at first. And then I'm just going to tap it over. A little too pink. I'll go back in with a little bit of that tan. So now I'm going to blend it out a bit. Is it a good sign that there's a fly flying around? Okay, now I'm going to take my finger and just tap the rest of that out just so it has a better blend out. And now it's blended in and it kind of looks a little bit better. The next thing that I did was took some black, white, and yellow cream paint and mixed it together in the back of my hand to make kind of a gross khaki camouflage greenish gray color. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to take that sponge from before that we applied the yellow with. And with more of a flesh tone, I'm just going back over the top of that greasy, grimy color and blending that in. Just a little bit. Going back in with yellow and tapping it over the top of that. Okay, I'm taking my black liquid liner pen and I'm going to color in my lips a little bit. And I'm going to go in with that blood a little bit and just blend that together. Now under eyes. And for this next step, I'm taking more of the thick blood and I'm just dripping a little by the mouth. Not in the mouth, but by it. So it looks like I've been eating it. I'm not a people for. And now for the eyes. Taking a brown shadow and that same blush brush from before. I'm just applying this all over. Now I'm taking a bunch of the powder, shake it onto my face. And for one last effect, you can do your teeth with teeth paint. You let it dry on your teeth, And you look hillbilly zombie. My teeth look more zombified. Looks like they're little tiny pieces of teeth. So, this is my zombie look. I will be back in costume and I hope you enjoy. You should subscribe. I promise I won't eat you or bite much. Check out my website for an extra special feature and backstory for the zombie film. Thumbs up for the zombie movie at the beginning. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have had a lot of fun doing this one. I've never done something as gory as this before. I'm going to try to do more fun things with my videos throughout the year to give it kind of a, you know, an extra little flair. Not that this is very stylish or anything, but I love my new teeth. Oh, and my cell phone's going on. Who would have thought that zombies had cell phones? My zombie sister just texted me. So, this was actually requested. I didn't know that I wanted to do zombie, but I think I like it. Oh, I think I like it. Almost as much as I like a rare steak. Actually, I really do like rare steak. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's definitely a lot of fun. You get to be so creative with your makeup and blood and guts and gore. I sounded like an Irish zombie there. Okay, I'm having too much fun. His fluffy skin is just flopping in the wind. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Stay tuned for some more coming up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, that's some good human blood. That blood leaves me a little gassy. That's a very oxygenated blood.